got an egg. No egg. Got another duck egg. That's 3 this year now. Hi, welcome to Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. I'm your host, Jerry Hansen. Hey, today we are going to start incubating eggs. This is January. My ducks are laying eggs now. I want to get those incubated. I got a guy that wants to buy a bunch of ducks, so I got to get them hatched and get them ready to sell. So in about 28 days I'll have duck eggs ready to be able to sell, and 21 days for chicken eggs. So I'm going to be loading the incubator up with these chicken eggs and these duck eggs. The little giant incubator in its standard form comes with this base unit, and this is the water reservoir. You want to maintain a level of water in there at all times. And then you have a screen base on which that covers this, so when you're actually hatching out the eggs will just lay here on the incubator bed, and the chicks will be able to rotate in position and hatch out. They'll start their pipping, then their zipping, and then their hatching process on this. But for incubating, I have this automatic egg turner here, and this is purchased separately. That I purchased with at the same time as the incubator, and these eggs are able to go into these little egg cups. And this will turn the eggs about every 4 hours, do a complete rotation every 4 hours. Of course, it comes with a thermometer that you can maintain a level of 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit for the optimal egg incubating for duck and chicken eggs. Of course, you've got a manual that teaches you how to clean it, how to care for the product, and also how to incubate your eggs. The lid has these 2 little caps, these little red caps here. And these little red caps go right here into these little holes, and that is to adjust your circulation inside the chamber of the incubator. You'll see the little LED light comes on, which indicates that the heating element is on. So it comes on, flickers off and on to maintain a level, a heat level. And so, of course, this is the solid state thermometer. This is the fan that I ordered separately. This is model 7200, which I added to this model 9200 still air incubator, making it a model 10200 circulated air incubator. So this, in my opinion, maintains and controls the temperature a lot better than the steel air. So I prefer having the forced air fan with that. So you want to adjust the thermostat where it maintains a constant temperature by viewing the thermometer in there. So it maintains a constant temperature of 99.5 degrees Fahrenheit, which is the optimal temperature for hatching out chicken and duck eggs. So that's it on the little giant incubator. I've been using this for I think 5 years, and I have a total of 2 of them. So I have about a 50% success rate with hatching out eggs. So we're going to go ahead and load it at this time. The variety I'm hatching today will be the Pekin ducks and the Buff Orpington chickens. Now, to check my eggs before I put them in, I just simply use this Harbor Freight flashlight that we got free from Harbor Freight with a purchase, and I just use it to turn the lights off and use that to candle the egg to see how the air mass is on the egg. Now when you set the eggs in and store the eggs, you want to store them with a small point down, and then you can candle them and see if they're good or bad, and if there's any cracks in them. This would the cracks would show up really good of it. And here's an illustration of it. Here's one of my chicken eggs that I have, and you just candle that. Of course, it looks like this when you turn the lights off. So I'm going to set the lid aside, and then I'm going to bring in my duck eggs. And you don't want to put any eggs next to the motor because the motor does create heat. So we're just going to go ahead and stack these every other hole because of their size. And I will mark on the calendar what date I actually put these eggs in. So that's how many eggs I'm going to be incubating for the duck eggs. And now the chicken eggs, we're going to stack them in here, and we don't have to, these are small enough where they fit right on there. Now in 3 days, I'm going to candle these for viability to find out if there's a space, an airspace being created up here in this upper portion of the egg, because the egg is a porous little thing. And also I wanted to point out that you want to maintain hygiene when you're handling these eggs, and I suggest using hand sanitizer like Perel when you're handling eggs, because you want to keep the egg sanitary because of the porous nature of the little egg shells, that microbes and bacteria can get in there and affect the embryo, the developing embryo inside, and actually kill it. So we'll go ahead and put these eggs in and start the incubation process. And this is all I'm going to do for this batch. And then what we do is we put the thermometer on top of the eggs right there, so you can see it through the window, and the thermometer sets close to the heating element, and you can make any fine-tune adjustments if you need to. And now this is set. And now we just wait for the 18th day, and we'll go ahead and take the chicken eggs out and put them in the other incubator and use them as a hatchery instead of an incubator. And then I'll go ahead and build a decent brooder, because I don't think I like those the tubs that I've been using. I want to go with something a little bit more permanent, since I'll be doing an ongoing thing. And I'll go ahead and build a stacking unit, about 3 booths in the barn, 3 levels, 1 for chicks, 1 for ducklings, and 1 for geese. So one of the reasons why I am hatching out some chicks is because my hen house is big enough for 10 hens. Each hen needs about 4 square feet of space to be comfortable in, to be healthy, and to be non-stress. And so I keep my flock small. That population of hens is getting old, and they're starting to fall out of production. I have 2 chicks that one hen successfully hatched last year, so I get to keep those, and I'm got as many eggs as I do because I only have a 50% hatch success rate. Any excess chicks I can just list on Craigslist and sell. So that's why I am actually hatching out some chicks. So I'm your host, Jerry Hansen, here at Pine Meadows Hobby Farm. Please subscribe, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and stay tuned for more. Of course, this is the hobby farm, and this is my hobby. I want to thank you for watching.